didn't really think I was a candidate for cancer, but it kind of hit us when you least expect it.
What's it like to be told you have cancer?
A good way to put it was, it kind of felt like I was in a movie. Everything just slowed down. Kind of the walls went up, and didn't really hear much after the word cancer was said.
20-year-old Brodie was diagnosed with testicular cancer on the 1st of October last year.
Basically, I got told I need to have surgery the next week, so there wasn't a lot of time to process what had happened, and I was basically getting chemotherapy the day after or 2 days after surgery. I had around 4 rounds of chemotherapy, and then I've had an abdominal surgery, and I'm about to start a thoracic surgery tomorrow.
Brodie's dad, David, is always by his side.
What does it mean that you can be here with him?
I've been very strong on, there's a disease process, and I'll let the doctors work on the disease process, but I want to hear his thoughts, and I want him to talk out, in our daily walks where we start with what's on your mind, talk it out.
2.5 years ago, we told the story of plans to build a UCAN Youth Cancer Centre here at Chris O'Brien Lifehouse. Thanks to the Sony Foundation, it's finally opened its doors. For those aged 15 to 25 with cancer, this place is a hub for specialised treatment and a social haven away from the wards.
There's a gap in care for young people diagnosed with cancer. They're too old for the Children's Hospital and often feel uncomfortable in the adult system. 9 years ago, the Sony Foundation launched UCAN, which builds cancer centres across the country. This is the 5th UCAN centre, but the first to also include self-contained accommodation for regional and rural youth cancer patients like Brodie.
The UCAN Centre feels like almost a second home. Having somewhere for mum and dad to stay is it's unbelievable, being able to have treatment and then for them to kind of just come downstairs. It's been amazing having that support around me.
Gail, last time we were here, this was a blank, empty space. It's come a long way.
It certainly has, Lauren. I think the last time you came, it was a concrete shell.
Yeah, it was.
And now it is this beautiful design space. It was designed for and by our young patients, so it's age appropriate. It's purpose-driven, and it is just a gorgeous place for healing.
Gail O'Brien is wife of the late Professor Chris O'Brien. She's also board member and patient advocate at Chris O'Brien Lifehouse, a non-for-profit comprehensive cancer hospital in the heart of Sydney. Gail knows this facility will be life-changing for young patients.
We treat about 550 young people, that's teenagers and young adults, in this hospital a year. And it's just really gorgeous seeing a couple of young people who are going through treatment, hanging out in the media room having a beer.
You can go through something terrible, but if you don't have the right attitude doing it, then it just makes it 10 times worse. A place like this just makes it so much easier.
Zach is a youth cancer survivor now in remission. While his mum was battling breast cancer, Zach was told he had testicular cancer. They were both treated at Chris O'Brien Lifehouse before the UCAN Centre came to fruition.
It's such an enjoyable space to be in, and the community that comes together from it, and all the things that people talk about, like up here, it's very inspiring.
Zach's been cancer-free since July, but he, along with his girlfriend Ariana, have been spending their free time painting what will eventually be an arcade game for the centre.
So tell me a little bit about Stephen's Drive-In.
And Michael, he was actually the guy who made the box, and he programs the games. And his brother was Stephen. He sadly passed away pretty recently, and we're pretty shocked to hear it. We decided to dedicate the Drive-In to Stephen.
Chris always used to say, you mustn't take people's hope away. I do feel like this place is so refreshing and so community-oriented and so beautiful and so comfortable that it does alleviate all that anxiety, even though people are going through very rigorous treatment. And that is hope in action. That is our mantra.
As a parent, you will always do everything you can to help your kids. But what this has provided is an element of sanity, I suppose you could say. We've really been together through that whole process of treatment.
And just having them here with me is amazing. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier.